Abstract painters allow for changes to happen, and actually that's kind of an important part of it. You know, painting as a non-narrative existential experience. It's a perceptual idea, and it's just intoxicated me since I began painting. Sort of all began in the late 60s, early 70s, where Vietnam War was going on, a lot of turmoil in the country. And it was a portrait of a young man trying to find himself.
I first met Scotty. He was a cook at a bar called the Brandywine. Late at night, the cooks would all be so drunk that food fights would start back in the kitchen.
Wait, does Scott have anything to do with that stuff?
Scott's the one throwing the food.
I was drawing a lot, trying to play music, listening to jazz, reading the French poets, the beat poets. Had no idea that I was going to become a painter 3 years later. And then I just decided I'm leaving school. And I hit the road in the spirit of Jack Kerouac, actually, and just moved around. And I always carried around a briefcase of paper and paints and drawing utensils and brushes, and kept, I'd go into laundromats when it was cold, and I'd paint. And then I got to LA, and I started meeting people that were, involved in geometric abstraction.
It wasn't an immediate thing, but it kept moving in that direction. And he's been moving in that direction for so long, it's gotten quite refined.
Every day is setting up for completing 2, 3, 4, 5 paintings, which takes a lot of time.
I think that his work is really a pretty profound meditation on our view of the way we think things should be and the way things actually are.
First of all, abstract painting is always about light. I always infuse color. If I do a gray, it's a red gray. If I do a black, it's a green black. It's my magic.
So I think he's setting up this antagonistic relationship between expectations and experiences, and letting us know that the experience side actually is more interesting than the expectation side by making these gorgeous surfaces.
I think and paint every day, ever since those early days. I mean, one way or another, I'm pushing the works forward, into their next manifestation. That's it.